Hi there, welcome to this week's edition of SOJ Ludo Television, a weekly broadcast every Wednesday where I share contemporary thoughts. This week I'm sharing on the topic, No One is Coming to Help You. This week's topic is inspired by my observation that many people out there, and not just the youths, have this expectation that they have to be helped. That's a mentality that prevails. Now, helped by government, helped by their parents, their uncles or aunties, helped by their boss or some privileged benefactor out there. Now, while there's absolutely nothing wrong in that expectation, and those who are privileged should help, the challenge is that you can't bank on those expectations. And this is why. Sometimes the people that are targeted are not even aware you have those expectations, and where they are, sometimes they themselves are overwhelmed, unknown to you, and they're just unable to help you out. I have since come to realize that we are the biggest liabilities in our lives, and that's the truth. Personal investment is required. That conscious and deliberate effort to invest in yourself, that's the surest way out of lack, need, stagnancy, failure, and related issues that we find ourselves in. Personal investment will cost you time and money. There's just no way around that. Trust me. The very first step to take to invest in yourself also is to have a vision of who or what you want to be. If you don't or can't define exactly where you are going, anywhere would be your destination. And anywhere is nowhere. Really. As Kelechi Ahmed said, rowing harder doesn't help if the boat is headed in the wrong direction. And that's the truth. Contrary to the excuse of no time, the real issue is no direction. As the prevailing pandemic season has thrown up, we have all had a lot of time to think, to plan, and actually to activate our plans. Another excuse, yes, I say excuse, with no apology, that I hear is sometimes we blame the situations that we find ourselves in on our moods or negative things that have happened around us. Sometimes something small negative happened and it throws people off for the rest of the day, the weeks, the month, and some for the rest of their lives. Don't get me wrong here. We all get those negatives that end up ruining our moods. It happens to the best of us. Believe me, I know, because I'm confronted with such mood-altering situations, sometimes several times in a day, but I still get by. And because I take personal responsibility. As one of my mentors, Paul Martinelli, said in a recent mail, if you think about it, these are things we can control. We can focus our minds on positive things, or we can focus our minds on negativity. Quoting him further, there's probably always a reason to be annoyed, just as there's always a reason to be happy about something. So, but as we've heard, it said severally, happiness is a choice. So perspectives matter. Don't let how you feel affect how you flow. Think, plan, act by showing up to work and to play. That's what life and living is all about. You must be deliberate about your self-development. And if you have beaten yourself up by thinking you are failing simply because you're struggling or you're in a difficult time of life, no, you're not failing and you're not a failure. Actually, the fact that you're struggling shows that you're still in the game. Don't give up. What many people need is an education, not the money they consistently ask for. Trust me. Education, and I'm not talking of certificates here. The truth is, you can't earn more than you learn or know. That reality is the crux of the matter. You can't earn more than you know. Learning would always cost you also. It will cost you time, it will cost you money. Now, if you don't have the money, which is another excuse most of us usually come up with. Remember, time itself is money. So if you don't have money, you have time. So what use are you putting your time to? You see, your time will either earn you money or lose you money when you waste time. Everyone has something that can be exchanged for money. Trust me, everyone. What most of us lack is an appreciation of that inherent value that is in us that we have. That is where a coach comes in. A life coach comes to help you in that situation. And yes, even a life coach costs money. But let me close with a few tips on how to get a life coach when you don't have money to pay for their services, which is what I come across a lot of time. One, you must be humble by demonstrating that you deserve to be invested in for the future returns that you're capable of delivering. Yes, every credible coach knows that the person that they coach to become the best version of themselves will eventually pay back when they arrive, directly or indirectly. So you can pay forward by your humility and your demonstrated commitment to growing yourself. Believe me. Two, you can pay by helping the coach with some of their own needs and challenges. For example, volunteer to coordinate their programs, sell their services, their products, their trainings, their books, or expose them to your community. Because you may not have money to pay, but you belong or know a community that can afford their services. So expose them to that, your community. And then you're paying indirectly for the coaching. There's no smart and easy way to make money, trust me. Just because you paid for an online course that teaches you how to make money does not mean that they will do the heavy lifting for you. So in spite of all I'm sharing with you, you have to do what you are passionate about. You have to make up your mind and focus on something you are willing to spend the next 10 decades doing. If you're in business also, please don't copy anyone because it won't work. Just be you. Get a coach, get a life or business coach. In summary, if you're dedicated to your own growth, then you just must be committed to investing in yourself. If you can't invest in yourself, the time and the money that is required, why should I or any coach invest in you? There's no free lunch out there. There's none. Another thing that can help you is who is in your corner when you don't know what to do, or perhaps you know what to do but you don't know how to do it. Who or what are the voices that you are listening to when it gets so dark and hopeless around you? You see, average people always want you to stay average. If your dream gets bigger than the people around you, please leave them behind. Move on up. Slowing down for them or being around people who accommodate your comfort zone mentality keeps you average permanently. My name is Olusoji Oyawe. Where you need further assistance with progression in your life or in your business, as we've discussed, or any point in your journey, I can coach you. I'm a certified John Maxwell team life and business coach with over 34 years experience leading leading thousands of people through 5 thriving businesses in Nigeria and Ghana. To have practical experience I can help you with. I can be your mirror, not a mechanic, just by helping you think through your options and the best way forward in your life or in your business. Everyone needs that. Even I have coaches. If that's what you need, you can contact me through info@sojioyawe.com or chat me up on WhatsApp only, 234-704-366-7607. I look forward to helping you or your business to grow. It'll be my pleasure. Now, if you need me right now, just keep those details for when you may need my services. Trust me, you or someone someday will need those details. As I round up this week's SOJ Ludo Television, I'd like to thank you for your viewership every Wednesday. See you again next week for another edition of SOJ Ludo Television. In the interim, that stubborn virus is still out there. Be careful, be safe, social distancing, make sure you're washing your hands regularly or using the sanitizer, a combination of both. Wear a mask once you're out when you cannot maintain social distancing. This too shall pass, but you need to take personal responsibility again. Again, no one is coming to help you. Thank you and bye-bye.